You probably felt it before. That moment when you realized you stopped growing. Maybe it was at work. Maybe it was in your relationships. Maybe it was just looking in the mirror and seeing someone you don't recognize anymore. Most people reach a point where they think they know enough. They think their education ended in school. They think their learning days are over. But you feel different. Something in you knows that staying still is dying slowly. You can sense that the world is changing faster than ever. You can feel that without growth, you become invisible. Without learning, you become irrelevant. Without curiosity, you become hollow. This video is for you, because you are ready to understand something most people never will. Growth is not something that happens to you. Growth is something you choose every single day. Think about this for a moment. You are not the same person you were 5 years ago. Your body changed. Your mind changed. Your circumstances changed. Everything around you transformed completely. So the question is not whether you will change. The question is whether you will direct that change or let life direct it for you. Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman who ever lived, understood this deeply. He never stopped learning. Even after he became a master, even after he defeated hundreds of opponents, he kept studying. He studied music. He studied painting. He studied poetry. He studied philosophy. Most people saw Musashi and thought he had arrived. They thought he had reached the peak. But Musashi knew the truth that you are about to understand. The peak is not a place you reach and stop. The peak is a path you walk forever. Every step forward reveals new mountains to climb. Here is the truth that will change everything. You stop learning and you start dying. Not physically at first. Mentally, you become trapped in the patterns you learned years ago. You repeat the same thoughts. You make the same mistakes. You blame the world for not changing when the real problem is that you did not change with it. But the moment you decide to become a student again, everything shifts. Your brain literally rewires itself. Your confidence grows in unexpected directions. You start seeing problems as puzzles instead of walls. You understand that every single person you meet has something to teach you. Even the people you dislike. Even the people who hurt you. Even your enemies. Musashi would sit for hours watching a peasant work. Why? Because he understood that mastery is not only about your field. It is about seeing the principles that apply everywhere. When you watch a farmer plant seeds, you learn patience. When you watch a child play, you learn creativity. When you watch a person fail, you learn what not to do. Your life becomes a classroom if you choose to see it that way. Most people never realize this one thing. Learning is not about collecting information. Learning is about transformation. You can read 1,000 books and remain exactly who you are. Or you can read one book and let it completely reorganize your thinking. The difference is not in the books. The difference is in your willingness to change based on what you learn. Think about how you think about money. Think about how you think about love. Think about how you think about failure. These are not random thoughts. These are patterns you learn from your parents, your teachers, your friends, your culture. And here is what most people miss. If you did not consciously choose these patterns, you need to consciously examine them. Because if you're not growing, it is often because you are protecting beliefs that no longer serve you. Musashi understood that the mind is like water. If you fill it with mud, it becomes muddy. If you constantly pollute it with old thinking, it stays polluted. But if you flush it out regularly with new ideas and new experiences, it becomes clear again. Your job is to become the gardener of your own mind. Pull out the weeds of outdated thinking. Plant new seeds of understanding. Water them with daily practice. Watch them grow. Learning is a transformative experience that awakens one's true self, allowing for growth and fulfillment. The author emphasizes that when individuals discover new skills, whether cooking, playing an instrument, or learning a language, they often feel a surge of vitality and purpose. This awakening signifies a yearning for development that resides within everyone. Conversely, the decision to stop learning equates to stifling one's spirit. Importantly, learning does not necessitate formal education. It can happen through reading, listening, hands-on experiences, and mindfulness. Unfortunately, many remain oblivious to these opportunities due to distractions or complacency. The piece asserts that being receptive to learning is crucial, as comfort can inadvertently hinder personal growth. Imagine this for a moment. You have a superpower that most people waste. It is called your attention. Right now, in this very moment, you are deciding what to focus on. You can focus on your phone. You can focus on your fears. You can focus on what you do not have. Or you can focus on learning. You can focus on growth. You can focus on who you want to become. This is not a small choice. This choice determines everything. Musashi said that the key to victory is the same as the key to life. It is about seeing clearly. When you're stuck in old patterns, you cannot see clearly. You cannot see new opportunities. You cannot see new solutions. You cannot see new versions of yourself. But when you're actively learning, your vision expands. You start noticing things you never noticed before. A conversation becomes a lesson. A failure becomes a data point. A criticism becomes feedback. The world does not change. Your ability to see it changes. And that changes everything about how you move through the world. Here is something that will disturb you in the best way. The people you admire most are probably obsessed with learning. The ones who are successful. The ones who are happy. The ones who are making a real difference. They are not satisfied. They are not resting. They are studying. They are experimenting. They are failing and trying again. They read while you scroll. They practice while you watch. They ask questions while you make assumptions. This is not a coincidence. This is cause and effect. Growth creates success. Success does not create growth. You have it backwards if you think you will learn once you make it. No, you make it because you learn first. Every single day, even when nobody is watching, even when it feels pointless, even when progress is invisible. Musashi would practice the same sword move thousands of times. Why? Because he understood that mastery is boring. It is repetitive. It is unglamorous. It is showing up when you do not feel like it. But this unglamorous practice is what separates the masters from everyone else. You are either building momentum or losing it. There is no neutral. Every choice to learn is momentum. Every choice to ignore growth is momentum in the wrong direction. Growth requires change, which often brings fear due to the potential of outgrowing jobs, friendships, and one's identity. Many opt for comfort and familiarity over the challenges of learning and self-discovery, ultimately choosing safety and stagnation over purpose and vibrancy. The example of Musashi illustrates this struggle. He could have remained a farmer, but chose the risks of becoming a swordsman, enabling his true self to emerge. The essential question posed is what one is sacrificing by refusing to learn and remain stagnant, as inaction is likened to a slow death. Now, think about this. Learning is not just for your career or your skills. Learning shapes how you love, how you parent, how you handle pain, how you connect with others. When you learn about psychology, you understand people better. When you learn about history, you understand yourself better. When you learn about different cultures, you expand your capacity for compassion. When you learn about science, you develop deeper respect for the world. Every piece of knowledge you gain changes you at a fundamental level. You start treating people differently. You start making different choices. You start building a different life. This is why lifelong learning is not a hobby. It is not something you do if you have time. It is the foundation of a meaningful life. Musashi did not study painting to become famous. He studied painting to understand proportion and beauty and balance. These same principles applied to his sword work. These principles applied to how he lived. When you approach learning this way, when you see it as integral to who you are becoming, everything changes. You become a different person, not better in an arrogant way, better in a real way, deeper, wiser, more useful, more alive. Here is what most people do not understand about growth. It is not linear. You do not wake up on Monday and decide to grow, and by Friday you are a new person. Growth is a spiral. You learn something. You forget it. You learn it again at a deeper level. You apply it. You fail. You learn from the failure. You try again. This is the actual process. And because it is not linear, most people give up. They expect a straight line of progress. When they hit a plateau, they think they're doing it wrong. When they have to relearn something, they think they're wasting time. But the spiral is how real learning actually works. You cannot shortcut this. You cannot rush it. You can only commit to it. Musashi understood this completely. He lost battles, even when he was already famous. Each loss taught him something new. Each loss made him sharper. Not because he was obsessed with winning, because he was obsessed with learning. Your failures are not detours on the path to growth. Your failures are the path to growth. This is what separates people who grow from people who stagnate. Growing people see failure as information. Stagnating people see failure as proof they are not good enough. Let this land on you. You already know you need to grow. That is why you are listening to this. But knowing and doing are different things. Most people know. Few people do. The gap between knowing and doing is where real life happens. So the question is not whether lifelong learning is important. You already know it is. The question is whether you will actually commit to it. Not someday. Not when you have more time. Not when things calm down. Now, today, in this moment, you can choose to learn something. You can choose to read one chapter. You can choose to listen to one person who knows more than you. You can choose to attempt one thing you have never tried. This is not a big dramatic choice. This is a small daily choice. And small daily choices compound. A year from now, you will not recognize yourself. Not because of one big moment, because of 365 small moments where you chose growth. Musashi built his mastery through daily practice, not through occasional heroic efforts, through showing up every single day and doing the work. You can do this too. You already have everything you need. Here is the closing truth that will stay with you. Your greatest potential is not in your past. It is not in what you have already accomplished. Your greatest potential is in what you have not learned yet. It is in the books you have not read. It is in the skills you have not developed. It is in the person you have not become. That person is waiting for you, not in the future, right now, waiting for you to choose them. Every time you choose to learn, you are choosing that version of yourself. Every time you open your mind to something new, you are building a bridge to who you could be. And here is what nobody tells you. Becoming that person is not a burden. It is a gift. It is the most alive you will ever feel. So today, right now, decide. Decide that you are a student for life. Decide that learning is not something you do sometimes. It is something you are. Decide that growth is not a destination. It is the only life worth living. Your future self is watching you make this choice right now, and they are rooting for you to choose growth. So choose it and become.